boys and girls, welcome to my channel. Hi, I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what we do have in here, a little bit late I know, but it is Yakuza 6, the Song of Life. This game it is developed by Gskill Studio, the same developers behind all the Yakuza series, and it is using their latest engine, which is called the Dragon engine. So for the settings, my recommendation it is for you to play at 1080p using the high settings. There is some preferences that I want to make in here, like for example I want to change texture filtering to 16 times, and I do prefer to use SMAA over FXAA in here. Unfortunately this game doesn't feature any temporal anti-aliasing or anything like it, which I think it would improve great with the image quality, but that's a discussion that I would take a little bit more forward into the video. So the recommended settings, the recommended configuration for this game, it is a Ryzen 5 from the 2000 generation, 6 gigs of RAM, and the GTX 1070. The GTX 1070, it is more stronger than our 1650 Super. So it is no surprise for me that playing this game at high settings at 1080p, it doesn't really guarantee you a 60 frames per second stable. So this was gathering while traversing Camarocho and having a couple of fights. And 1080p high settings it was overall above 60. The ultra settings it was, you know, above 60, but there was tons of drops going on. And at median settings using 83% of resolution scaling, which is a match to 900p, it was completely above 60 frames per second with no issues whatsoever. But if you don't care about 60 frames per second and your target it is 30 frames per second, you can push resolution to 1440p, and whatever if you play at ultra, high or medium, your frame rate will be above 30. Although my recommendation it is always to have some sort of, some sort of margin, so I would recommend you to go with high settings. So this was while traversing Camarocho, so cutscenes might be more demanding, and when you have tons of enemies on screen and tons of effects, the frame rate might be lower than this. So probably my recommendation, if I was about to play this game from beginning to the end, it was to play at 1080p, high settings, but I would probably drop a little bit the resolution scaling to 90% or something like that, which is pretty bad in this game because Camarocho, it is full of details, that is details all over the place, and honestly the SMAA or FXAA it isn't just enough to cover all that shimmering going on. I believe that this was intended by Gskill because FXAA and SMAA it is not as blurred as TAA, so it doesn't blur all the details like TAA does, but unfortunately in 1080p or 900p it creates tons of shimmering on screen. And unfortunately the only way to fight that it is for you to go with more resolution. So dropping below 1080p or using resolution scaling at 90% at 1080p, it makes the things even more worse in that regard. So it's a little bit unfortunate. But if you go back and compare with PS4, for example, PS4 does run this game at moments at 900p and it is locked at 30 frames per second. So it makes sense that the GTX 1650 Super it just delivers mostly or close to the double of the performance as PS4, as we have seen in the past in a lot of comparing to many other games that we did compare with PS4. Alright. So that's pretty much what you can expect on the performance side. As for the Yakuza game, honestly, I can't really tell that much about the game because I haven't played that much, but for now it feels very, very similar to the predecessors that I've played. It's just, again, more revamped. Graphics wise, it is absolutely a great upgrade over the previous titles, and that's pretty much about it. It costs $19.99 on Steam or on Microsoft Store. So it's again a very, very cheap game, but if you want to play with the Game Pass version, just go ahead and subscribe to Xbox Game Pass and enjoy this game and many others at 10 euros per month. So one small detail that I want to tell about the performance that I'm having on this recording is that in this recording the performance it is very choppy. If you look to MSI Afterburner, there is tons of frame rate issues in there. I was having this issue also on the Steam version. At first I thought this was a Steam version issue, And when I did subscribe to Xbox Game Pass, I wasn't having this issue. So I was expecting that this was a Steam issue, just like it happened with Nier Automata. But no, that's not really the case. This game doesn't like overlays, alright? So if you are using Nvidia GeForce Experience, for example, and you have the overlay active, this is one of the issues that you will get when you have the frame rate in variable mode. Alright, these frame time issues all over the place. As soon as you disable the overlay from Nvidia, or as soon as you uninstall GeForce Experience, this issue goes away. So I'm having this issue anyway. I didn't install the GeForce Experience to not have this issue, and I tried to record with Windows Game Bar. But as soon as I triggers Windows Game Bar, it creates an overlay effect on screen, and the game gets to the same exact issue. So this is not an issue that is tied to Nvidia GeForce Experience or anything like it. This is an issue that it is tied to any overlay aside from MSI Afterburner. Alright. So my recommendation it is, if you have Nvidia GeForce Experience, you don't need to uninstall that. Alright, you just need to go to the GeForce Experience options and disable the overlay. Alright, if you do that, this frame time issue will go away. Although, let me tell you that while traversing throughout the map, even without this issue, it is quite normal to have a stutter or two. But that's quite normal to see, especially in Unreal Engine games. So it's not different from that. Alright, this is obviously a different engine, but the behavior in that regard, it is the same. So I think that's all that I want to talk about Yakuza 6. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video. And again, I'm very sorry for this choppy video because of this overlay issue. If I had a capture card, this wouldn't be happening. Alright, so that's it. Thank you a lot for watching. I hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
ここまで乗り込んできたあなた方の勇気は認めます。でも、登場界のヤクザがアジア外で偉そうな態度は良くない。
エドさん、信用できねえのはわかるが、今日は戦争しに来たわけじゃねえ。あんたがそっちのボスに直接口を聞ける幹部だと見込んでよ。俺らも命がけで話し合いに来た。
話し合いならその懐の銃は必要ないのでは。
ここはあんたら中国マフィアの本拠地だからな。あくまでご信用だ。
お互いにフェアで行こうや。
あなた方登場界の言い分は聞かなくても分かっています。我々マフィアにアジア界で閉じこもっていろとでも言うのでしょう。
ああ。その代わり、今度こそアジア外はあんたらの島だと認める。ボスにはこう伝えてくれ。今後アジア外以外の場所で中国人マフィアが姿を見せたら、うちは容赦なくやらせてもらうとな。
それじゃあ今までは手加減をしてくれていたのですか。
ああ、そういうことだ。
うちのボスの返事はもう私に託されています。ただ私は日本語下手なのでうまく伝わるか心配でね。
まさかうちの若いもんよりよっぽどうまい日本語だ。
そうですか。でもやはりあなたの口からそちらのボスへこれから起きることをそのままお伝えください。
ああ、おい、何する気だ。
撃つ気ならさっさと撃たないとね。これが最妖怪ボスからの答えです。
中国人が二人もやりやがって殺してやる。
あいつらが中国マフィアってわけか。
お前何見てる？
いや別に。
気に食わない顔だ。
ずいぶん手が早いな。俺が何したってんだ。
離せ！
やるな。